alkaloidal drugs. Okay, so drug before starting, let us have a short understanding of what are alkaloids. Okay, so alkaloids, if I have to say as a whole, they are nothing but alkali containing substances. Alkali, when I say, that means nothing but amines. Okay, so these substances are nothing but not exactly amines, but something that is containing of nitrogen. Correct? So nitrogen or something that is basic in nature. Okay, so whenever alkaloids come to your mind, be clear that it will be something that is basic in nature or something that is alkaline in nature. Okay, now alkaloids, again, second thing that should come into your mind while studying alkaloids are, they are nitrogen containing compounds. So when I say nitrogen containing, that means they are going to have lone pair of electrons. And when I say again lone pair of electrons, that means they will have different physical and chemical properties based on that lone pair of electrons. Okay, so entire this whole thing of alkaloids, the whole properties of alkaloids, the extraction procedure of alkaloids, everything depends on that lone pair of electrons. Another thing that you will have to remember is they are organic compounds. Okay, and or they are basic in nature, the extraction will be with the help of an organic solvent. Okay, so these few things you have to remember. Okay, whenever you are studying alkaloids, and as and when we will be studying these alkaloidal drugs in detail, you will come out to some of the major tests of these drugs. Now, how we are going to study drugs? So we will partition them as per their classes. Okay. Now, when you classify alkaloids, there are different methods. So, today's lecture, mostly we are stretching on the chemical classification of alkaloids. And that also, if I have to say in detail, then it would be nothing but chemical classification mein the structures based on the different types of structure, how they are classified. Okay, so if, for example, a particular compound contains a tryptophan ring or a tropane ring, okay, so it will be under the class of tropane alkaloids. If a particular compound contains a heterocyclic ring of pyridine, so it will be under the class of pyridine alkaloids. Similarly, if a particular compound contains amine, so it will be under the class of amino alkaloids. Okay, so we today are going to study two major. One is purine alkaloids, which contains of purine ring. Now, if someone would like to share with me what are the drugs that we study under purine alkaloids? Yes, any one of you guys? You can write in your comment section. What are the drugs that we study under purine alkaloids? Guys, respond. No one knows?
Caffeine and theobromine.
Sorry, could you come again? I couldn't hear you.
Caffeine and theobromine.
Yes. Yes. What are the drugs? caffeine and theobromine. So, Khushbu, caffeine, what you said is correct. Theobromine is not a drug. Okay, theobromine is one of the chemical constituent. In fact, caffeine is also one of the chemical constituent of coffee. Okay, so caffeine and theobromine are the phytoconstituents or chemical constituents. Okay, so when I say drugs, it will be caffeine or theobromine containing drugs. Okay, so in this you can say tea, coffee, okay, then cola, cocoa, okay, all these drugs we are going to study under purine alkaloids. Okay, then any other class of alkaloids you recollect? Any other class of alkaloids?
Quinoline.
Correct, quinoline, quinazoline. Then we have indole alkaloids, okay, tropane alkaloids. Then there are pseudo alkaloids. So when I say pseudo alkaloids, that classification will be not on the basis of which chemical ring it has, but it will be on the basis of what is the based on the nature, okay, and where is the nitrogen present, whether inside the heterocyclic ring or outside the heterocyclic ring. Okay, based on that it will be clarifying. Like say for example, when I say based on the nature of the alkaloid, if nitrogen is present inside the heterocyclic ring, then they are classified as true alkaloids. Okay, again inside that we have protoalkaloids also, where nitrogen, when they are going to be derived from an amino acid. Okay, but nitrogen is present outside the heterocyclic ring. And then there are pseudoalkaloids where they are not at all derived from amino acid. I am audible, no guys? I don't know, my screen is going on and off, so I am a little bit worried. Is the network going on and off? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are. Sometimes your voice is breaking.
Just a second. I am trying to join with some other network once again. Hello, am I audible, guys? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hope now there will be no issue. I've joined with some other network. Let's see. I'm trying to share my screen. My voice is still not clear, or is it clear?
Not clear.
Not clear. You know what is the issue? I have full network here, and I checked my mic also before. Full Wi-Fi is showing, but let me try. See, I am starting with my lecture. If you feel anywhere that still my voice is breaking, please let me know. Okay. So we are starting as I was explaining you earlier. So I am starting with the purine alkaloids. Okay. So what are these purine alkaloids? They are urine ring containing compound. Okay. So this is nothing but the urine ring. What you can see here. Yes. So here what you can see is nothing but a purine ring. Okay. Then there are some plants which has this purine ring. Okay. Now what are these drugs of these plants? They are nothing but tea, coffee, cola, cocoa, guana, and weed. And they are derivatives here. Okay. What that? So they contain the derivatives, okay, of xanthine. Okay. So now when I say derivatives, okay, sorry, I was starting the spotlight. Yeah. What are these derivatives? So derivatives matlab xanthine ko if you treat, okay, earlier. So from purine you get xanthine, and then from xanthine you get uric acid. Okay. So if you see, have a close look at the structure. What is the difference is of the ketone group. Okay. If you remove all the ketone group, okay, then it's a purine. And if you substitute all the carbons here by the ketone group, then it's a uric acid. Okay. Now, where this coffee, cola, cocoa, where they are used? So they are used as stimulant beverages because of caffeine. Okay. So all this contain caffeine, which is nothing but a CNS stimulant principle. Then caffeine, theobromine, and theophylline are nothing but they are the major constituents of this. So they are derived from purine itself, and these three are the major constituents of purine alkaloids. Okay. Now purine base is nothing but what? Let us see what's a purine base. It's nothing but a fusion of imidazole and this is the imidazole ring and pyrimidine. Okay, so pyrimidine ring, where can you see? This is nothing but a pyrimidine ring. Okay, so both these rings fuse to form a purine base. गाइस हमेशा याद रखना है अगर ये प्यूरिन बेस कभी कभी स्ट्रक्चर याद नहीं आता है तो रिमेंबर इट्स नथिंग बट अ फ्यूजन ऑफ पायरिमिडीन एंड इमिडाजोल ओके मैं कैसे याद रखती हूँ पता है निमोनिक बोल सकते हैं इसको प्यूरिन ओके तो प्यू को मैंने पाई कर दिया ओके पायरीमिडाजोल पायरीमिडाजोल ओके व्हेन यू से पायरीमिडाजोल प्यूरिन ओके पी प्यूरिन ऐसे भी याद रख सकते हो ओके वेयर P stands for your pyrimidine and I stands for your imidazole. ओके, और एक इसका निमोनिक्स है प्योर इट। प्योरिट वाटर प्योरिफायर का ब्रांड सुना है ना, तो प्योरिट प्यूरिन, तो प्योर मतलब अगेन पायरिमिडीन एंड इमिडाजोल इज इट। सिर्फ निमोनिक्स बता रही हूँ याद रखने के लिए, ठीक है। Then, so got it. Further, we move it. Purine base. From where it is derived? Purine base is further derived into xanthine, and later it is differentiated into different purine alkaloids. So irosine and XMP. XMP is nothing but xanthosine monophosphate. Okay, they are nothing but two important precursors derived via primary purine biosynthetic pathway. So first, these two are will be derived, and xanthine will not occur free in nature. So none of them will respond to common alkaloidal reagents. They give murexide color reaction positive. They are sublimatory in nature, and theobromine has what kind of effects? Diuretic effects. So when I say diuretic, what does it mean? What do you mean by a diuretic? Why it is used? Why is a diuretic used? What class of compounds does it come under? Come on, guys, I am waiting for your answers. You have comment section. Comment your answer. Yes. Some of them are writing answers. Yes. So diuretic effect. Okay, it is going to have this effect. Okay, and theophylline, which has both diuretic and CNS stimulant effects, it also has muscle relaxant properties. Okay, so diuretic is nothing but it is going to come under your cardiovascular. Okay, it will be coming under your cardiovascular effects. Further, if we have to see drugs that we will be studying today is cocoa, coffee, cola, and tea. First drug, which is nothing but cocoa bean, also known as cocoa seed or chocolate. What it is obtained from is the seeds of Theobroma coca, belonging to family Sterculiaceae. It's cultivated up to an altitude of 1,000 meters, और इसलिए तुम लोग ने देखा होगा cocoa trees you cannot find it here ऐसे ही in your environment or vicinity. It is generally found out at the hilltops. Okay, plant can tolerate a rainfall of 150 to 500 centimeters per annum, and it requires a well-drained soil with the capacity to hold moisture. Though cocoa plant requires adequate sunlight, it cannot tolerate direct sunlight. Again, one of the reasons why this plant is grown in shade. Okay, छोटा सा shrub होता है, एकदम बड़ा नहीं. तो generally, if it is required direct sunlight नहीं चाहिए, तो coconut trees के आजू बाजू it will grow, or areca nut trees. Okay, then it starts bearing fruits after 3 years of planting, and it survives for 60 to 70 years. The chemical constituents of cocoa beans mainly are theobromine and cocoa butter, which is theobrome, and it contains less percentage of gas. Now, various volatile compounds which giving flavor to the seeds are polyphenols and etc. Uses the stimulant. Okay, that is, it acts as a weak stimulant, not like caffeine. Ekdam caffeine के जैसे it is not going to be a strong stimulant, but comparatively a weak stimulant. It has diuretic properties of the drug due to theobromine, and cocoa is also used as a nutritive. Cocoa butter, okay, cocoa butter you must have used as suppository base, okay, while making suppositories. Indomethacin suppositories, I suppose. Okay, so they are generally why these suppositories are used. Question, answer. I'm expecting answer, guys.
Oh,
Yes. Why suppositories are used?
for local action.
Yes, for local action, generally for local action. Okay, and generally some of these suppositories, most of these suppositories are used for constipation. Okay, it is also employed in blood pressure as it dilates the blood vessels. Okay, and also suppositories are used for UTIs. Okay. Next we see is coffee. Coffee ka I don't think so. You guys know already a lot about coffee than me. There are many different types of coffee that are available in the market. Filter coffee, then you have latte coffee. Okay, so how this coffee beans change their name? Okay, because from which source it is. Okay, and how strong is the coffee? Today we will see which constituent is responsible for this odor of the okay. So it is nothing but dried ripe seeds of Coffea arabica, Coffea librica. There is Coffea robusta. Okay, all these are nothing but different species of coffee. So तुम लोग जो different types of names सुनते हो ना और different names सुनते हो ना coffee के, that is due to different species, maybe due to geographical origin or biological origin, and deprived of most of the family through DNA. In the Middle East countries, it is known by the name Kua. Okay, Kua suna hoga bahut. It is strong decoction of coffee seed powder. Coffee plant is an evergreen shrub which bears fruit type of fruits with an ellipsoidal or spheroidal shape. Each plant gives about 2 to 3 kgs of coffee seeds. Fruits are dried to separate the seeds. Seeds are separated by wetting them and mechanical separating, followed by drying in heaps, which causes fermentation. So basically, यहाँ पे what they have explained how these seeds actually are cultivated or collected. And finally, these separated seeds or beans are green in color. So why do you see brown color of the coffee? Because they are roasted, by which the color and odor is affected. The seeds acquire dark brown color and possess an agreeable odor and bitter taste. Now the major chemical constituents already मैंने बताया है. It's caffeine, okay, fixed oil and proteins. It contains 2 to 3% of caffeine. Chlorogenic or caffeotanic acid are also present. Caffeine is present as a salt of chlorogenic acid. Now, why do you get that coffee ka agreeable odor? Anyone knows? That is nothing but due to an oil which is called as caffeol, which is composed mainly of furfural along with minor quantities of valerianic acid. तो जो odor है coffee ka, that is due to caffeol. Now I don't know how many of you have heard about decaffeinated coffee. ओके तो डीकैफिनेटेड कॉफी क्या होगा वो जो ओडर होगा ना वो रखेंगे उसमें ओके बट कैफीन निकाल देंगे क्यों बिकॉज बहुत लोगों को निकाल देंगे मतलब दे विल कीप ओनली इन माइनर क्वांटिटी बिकॉज इफ यू हैव लॉट ऑफ some of them are addicted to coffee but if you have lot of coffee it can result into constipation or it can result into insomnia. Okay, so if they want coffee, they will have decaffeinated coffee so that they have that smell of the coffee, but or the odor of the coffee, but it will be containing very minute amount of caffeine. Okay. Further is extraction of coffee. Okay, coffee roasters are being used in which caffeine is sublimed during roasting is required. I'm sure this many of you must have seen this at your CCD or Starbucks. Okay, coffee roasters are there. Then, what is the use of coffee? It is a source of caffeine. Okay, now caffeine has very good, not only CNS stimulant effect, but it also acts to combat the toxic effects of CNS depressant. So the people who are constantly anxious, okay, or they are suffering from anxiety, some of the time they are given CNS depressant drug. Okay, now this, if taken in little more quantity, can get the patient into depression. So in that kind of a situation, caffeine is had to be given. this I already said. A decaffeinated coffee, which contain only about 0.08% of caffeine. Next, we see tea, which is also known as Camellia thea. Nothing but prepared. It is prepared from leaves and leaf birds of Thea sinensis, belonging to family Theaceae. Okay. Now, black tea is obtained by fermenting the heap of fresh tea leaves, further drying with artificial heat. Green tea is obtained by putting tea leaves in copper pans and then drying by artificial. Now, chemical constituent, it is nothing but it's a rich source of caffeine. Again, extracted from tea dust and tea leaves. Then it contains theobromine and theophylline in minor quantities. Now, what imparts color to the tea? It is nothing but the tannin that is present, which is nothing but gallotannic acid. Okay. Remember, the tea leaves have its color is because of tannin that is present inside it, which is nothing but gallotannic. अभी टी का ऑर्डर किसकी वजह से होता है? जैसे कॉफी का इज बिकॉज ऑफ कैफियन, वैसे ही टी का ऑर्डर इज बिकॉज ऑफ अ येलो वोलेटाइल ऑयल. Tea leaves also contain an enzymatic mixture which is called as TS. Now, what are the different chemical tests? One important test for caffeine is nothing but, see, अगर ये हम लोग टी के अंडर पढ़ रहे हैं, that doesn't mean this will be a टी का chemical test. Understand, this is the chemical test for caffeine. Okay, caffeine के लिए ये chemical test है, तो ये जो भी caffeine containing drugs होंगे वो सारे ये test positive देंगे. जैसे your tea, coffee, okay, both of this are going to give this cocoa. All the three will give this test positive. That is Murexide color reaction. So in this, what is done? Caffeine is taken into a petri dish to which HCl and potassium chlorate are added and heated to dryness. So purple color is obtained by exposing the residue to vapors of dilute ammonia. Purple color will be lost on addition of pixel. Caffeine will also produce white precipitate with tannic acid solution. It is used as stimulant. Tea. अभी ये use किसका है? टी का है. Due to its cerebral vasoconstrictor effect. And last drug that we see under this is cola, which is also known as Bisi or Guru seeds. Okay, it's also called as cola nut, obtained by cotyledon of Cola nitida, belonging to family Sterculiaceae. It contains purine alkaloids, caffeine, and theobromine in combination with tannin called cola catechin, and it is used in preparation of beverages and as stimulant. Okay, so here we come to end of purine alkaloids. Okay, so we will revise it once in short. We studied 4 drugs in this: cola, coffee, cocoa, and tea. Under all these 4 drugs, we see different types of chemical constituents, but majorly they have caffeine, theobromine, and theophylline. Okay, and they are nothing but xanthine derivatives. Okay, xanthine derivatives which will give purine. Purine will give this. Purine is nothing but a fusion of two rings. Which are those two? बोलो, मैंने निमोनिक्स दिया था ना, प्योरेट.
Imidazole and
Yes, Shrutika. Imidazole and
Pyrimidine.
yes, Shreya, thanks. Pyrimidine and imidazole. अभी pyrimidine और pyridine में भी confusion होगा, तो याद रखो सैचुरेटेड रिंग है. Sorry, unsaturated ring है with 2 nitrogen containing. So pyrimidine. Okay. So now we see the next class of compounds, which is nothing but propane alkaloids. Again, propane ring, when you see, it is again a fusion of 2 rings. Okay. Yes. So this, what you can see, is nothing but a propane ring. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, it's an 8-membered aza bicyclo ring. Aza bicyclo क्यों बोला मैंने? Aza is nothing but nitrogen. Bicyclo means 2 cycles, you can see. So it's an aza bicyclo ring fused together. Now, which are these two? That goes. One is 5-membered and one is 6-membered. I'm sure you must have understood that. Okay. So it's an 8 aza bicyclo ring or octane nucleus because it is 8-membered, commonly found in plants of 3 families like Solanaceae, Erythroxylaceae, and Convolvulaceae. Now, propane alkaloids are nothing but propene derivatives in which propane ring is composed of pyrrolidine and piperidine rings, and propane is 3-hydroxytropine. Okay. Now, out of 10 to 12 alkaloids of this class, therapeutic value is present only in L-hyoscyanes. Therapeutic value is present only in L-hyoscyanes. Hyoscine and racemic form of hyoscyamine, which is nothing but atropine, okay, have anticholinergic properties. वापस एक बार देखते हैं. But hyoscine and racemic form of hyoscyamine. So hyoscine is different. Hyoscyamine is nothing but L, levo form of atropine. So when I say a racemic mixture, I hope you understand what is a levo-dextro, which moves the light of plane polarized light, which turns the plane of polarized light towards right side is dextro, and which is going to move it towards the left side is levo. Correct? So levo और dextro का अगर mixture करेंगे, that is known as your racemic mixture. Okay, they are non-superimposable mirror images. Okay, again your basics याद होना चाहिए. Chirality का concept यहाँ पे use हो रहा है. ठीक है, तो atropine is Dl plus minus both signs are there. It's a racemic mixture और उसका levo form is hyoscine. Okay. They both have anticholinergic properties. Then hyoscyamine is also used in Parkinsonism, while hyoscine is used as pre-anesthetic in surgery and also in motion sickness. So again, this is because of the anticholinergic effect. Atropine is used to achieve paralysis of parasympathetic nerves, like in case treatment of eye diseases. Atropine sulfate, eye drops, बहुत बार सुना होगा तुम लोग. Hyoscyamine is the main alkaloid of Datura stramonium, Atropa belladonna, Eubosia, and Atropa acumina. And hyoscine is the main alkaloid of Datura metal, Eubosia. Both in low quantities are present in hyoscyamus. तो ये सब मैंने क्या बताया अभी तक? मैम बहुत कुछ बता रहे, एक्सप्लेन कर रहे. ये सारा मैंने इन जनरल प्रोपेन अल्कलॉइड्स के बारे में इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स डाल दिए. ये हायोसिन क्या है, ये अट्रोपा क्या है, दतूरा क्या है, दैट वन बाय वन वी आर गोइंग टू सी ईच एंड एवरी ड्रग. डोंट वरी. तो एक के बाद एक हम लोग आज हर एक ड्रग देखेंगे, इसमें कौन सा केमिकल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट है वो भी देखेंगे. But a general outline I have mentioned in this one. So total there are 6 drugs that we will be studying: belladonna, coca, datura, eubosia, hyoscyamus, and stramonium. First one that we are going to study is nothing but belladonna, which is known as deadly nightshade leaf. Okay, so if you see, this is nothing but aerial parts. दिख रहा है? तो biological source में भी क्या काम आएगा? Aerial parts. Okay, I hope you know what is aerial parts, underground parts. Both are different. Okay, so aerial parts of Atropa belladonna or Atropa acuminata, that's Indian belladonna and European belladonna. Okay, belonging to family Solanaceae. Okay, or mixture of both the seeds when collected in flowering season. Now this contains nothing but hyoscyamine. Okay. Now this generally how this plant grows is when the plant achieves 4 years. Okay. Then they are dug out. Roots are dug out. Okay. Then the collected drug is dried, undried leaves will deteriorate and give off ammonia. Belladonna plant infected with the fungus Phytophthora belladonnae should be destroyed to prevent further infection. So how it can be infected, by these particular fungus. ये important है. Generally belladonna plant is infected और ये जो plant infect अगर हुआ है तो उसको तुरंत destroy करना है. It cannot be used for any medicinal purpose. Okay. This is how it looks. Belladonna leaf. कोई भी leaf का microscopy अगर हम, if you have not seen, you can refer to the earlier video of morphology and microscope. Okay. General leaf का structure is this of microscope. Okay. It has, now what is unique about belladonna? It has club-shaped glandular trichomes. When I say club-shaped, मतलब क्या? वो club cards में देखा है ना? I'll draw and show you if you want. Cards mein, I hope you must have seen a club. Okay, this is how a club looks. Okay, something like this. Correct. So, sorry, this is a little bit a longer thing. Okay, this is how a club looks. So it's nothing but club shape. Okay. Okay. Epidermal, the flowers are with 5 stamens and numerous seeds, and epidermal cells have baby walls. Can you see here? Epidermal cells are baby walls. So generally, this is nothing but where the xylem and phloem are present. Okay, or the vascular bundle is present. And it has, I have already explained what is a trichome and club-shaped trichome. It also might have unicellular trichomes. Okay, and there are some idioblasts or idiot cells that are also present inside the leaf. Okay. Then the main or the major chemical constituents that are present are hyoscyanin and its recipic form atropine. Okay, this is nothing but atropine, which is a recipic form of hyoscyanin. The drug also contains belladonna, scopolamine, hyoscine, and the later two of them are the volatile bases. Now, homotropine is nothing but the synthetic compound. Okay, addition of ammonia to the alcoholic solution of scopolamine will show blue fluorescence, and this test is used for detecting belladonna poisoning. Okay, so in case of belladonna or datura poisoning, अगर याद होगा तो ये sorry not datura, belladonna को भी was used also as an poison that we will see ahead also for female feticide. ठीक है. It is the parasympatholitic drug with anticholinergic properties used to reduce secretions such as sweat, saliva, gastric juice, and also to reduce spasm in case of intestinal gripping due to strong purgatives. Also, it is used as an antidote in opium and chloral hydrate poison. Okay. What are the adulterants to belladonna? Is leaves of Phytolacca americana, Solanum nigrum, and Ailanthus granules. Okay. Next we see is coca. वहां पे को देखा था, यहाँ पे कोका है. Coca is cocaine. Okay, so dried leaves of erythroxylone coca or erythroxylone truxilium belonging to family Erythroxylaceae was considered as a divine plant. Though it has anesthetic effects, it has some hallucinogenic effects which leads to strong addiction. Okay, cocaine, how strong addiction it is, you must have observed, okay, in some cases or case studies. Okay, so now these coca shrubs will grow well in situations similar to tea plantations, requires rich, light, and well-drained soil. Cultivation is carried out by sowing seeds. In the second year, the leaves will be matured enough to collect in dry well. Then the collected leaves are dried in shade and erythroxylone coca and erythroxylone truxylane both will have different microscopy. मैक्रोस्कोपी, what do you understand by the word macroscopy? मतलब वो कैसे दिखेगा लीव्स, दोनों डिफरेंट होगा. ओके, कोका के केस में it will be brownish green in color, whereas in truxylans it is pale green. This what you can see is nothing but truxylan C. Okay, glabrous, it's elliptical. Okay, here it is oval in case of coca. Here it is truxylans है ना, so you can see elliptical, oval shape नहीं. Okay, and bitter in taste. Then it has a very good microscopy. You can see of a coca leaf. It looks like a smiling face. Okay, why? Because of this arrangement of the pericyclic fibers like this. Okay, this is the arrangement of the pericyclic fibers which is only characteristic to coca. I hope you are understanding. This is only characteristic to coca. Xylem phloem arrangement is there. Then in that there was club-shaped trichome. Here it is presence of calcium oxalate. ठीक है, इसमें देखा बेलेडोना में हमने क्या देखा, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर क्लब शेप ट्राइकोम. यहाँ पे क्या है, कैल्शियम ऑक्सलेट प्रेजेंस. ओके, then chemical constituents will be cocaine, cinnamyl cocaine, alpha truxylans, and benzoyl ecgonum. Okay, so what you can see here is nothing but this ecgonine, cocaine, methyl ecgonine, cinnamyl, benzoyl ecgonine. So these are nothing but the ecgonine derivatives. Okay, it is used as a local anesthetic, stimulant, and also it is used in convulsions. It will reduce respiratory and sedative depressant effects of morphine. Okay, so this is nothing but cocaine use. It is only not a drug of addiction or drug of abuse, but it has very good medicinal uses as well. Okay, owing to its addictive effect, it is not. It is considered as drug of abuse, and it is used only in case of ophthalmic surgery. Otherwise, cocaine is not used. It is used only in case of ophthalmic surgery. Sure. What do you want me to explain again? Can you write it down? Khushbu, what do you want me to explain it again? Okay, you write down till that I will. Okay, this entire slide. Okay. So basically here in this slide, I have explained about the different types of chemical constituents that are present in cocaine. Okay. And here is the name of these chemical constituents. See, this is a tropane derivative. उतना याद रखो, उसका structure जो है वो tropane ring ही रहेगा. Only different alkaloid. ये R अगर मैंने replace किया R and R dash with different groups, then it will change the name of the alkaloid. Okay, but all these are come under the class of propane alkaloids only. Okay, ये explain किया. Then I explained you that a chemical test that is on treatment of with sulfuric acid, this cocaine is going to give characteristic smell of methyl benzoate. Okay, and further I explained you the different uses of cocaine. Okay, and why it is not used if it has such good sedative and depressant effects. Okay, because it is addictive. Okay, so since it is addictive, it is only used in case of ophthalmic surgeries. Next, we see the next drug, which is datura. दतूरा तो बहुत लोगों ने सुना होगा. बेलेडोना और दतूरा में क्या फर्क है वो मैं बताऊंगी अभी. ठीक है, बहुत लोग कंफ्यूज हो जाते हैं. तो दतूरा इज नथिंग बट इट हैज एंटायर डिफरेंट नेम. इट इज दतूरा मेटल. नेम मतलब बायोलॉजिकल सोर्स पूरा अलग है. The morphology, microscopy, everything is different of datura. Only the family is same. Okay, sorry, not family. Only the class of compound is same. Okay, that is tropane alkaloids. So datura belongs metal belonging to family Solanaceae. Okay, now if you see, it has a funnel shaped flowers. Okay, it bears funnel shaped flowers or trumpet shaped. That is why it is known as angel's trumpet. The other name for datura is nothing but angel's trumpet. In microscopy, if I have to explain you, so phloem xylem सब same है. Okay, Then there are covering trichomes. जो belladonna में था, there were club-shaped trichomes. Here they are covering trichomes. It has palisade parenchyma that is present. Okay. Then बाकी morphology is same. Cellular diagram है ये, schematic नहीं है इसलिए ऐसा लग रहा है. Otherwise the morphology is same. There are no pericyclic fibers present. Okay. And yeah, that's it. It's a dorsiventral leaf that is palisade is only on the upper epidermis, not on the both the sides, lower and upper. Okay. Now hyoscine or scopolamine, it is also known as scopolamine, is the main alkaloid, while hyoscyamin, which is also known as scopoline, and atropine are present in very less quantity. Hyoscine is nothing but ester of tropic acid, and it is the principal alkaloid of datura. And datura, scopolia, and dubosia. The तीनों का main alkaloid is nothing but hyoscine. It gives two different types of reaction. One is metallomoline reaction, another one is silver nitrate test. Okay, metallomoline is given specifically by tropane alkaloids. So सारे tropane alkaloids will give this test. Okay, so what happens in this? When tropane alkaloid is treated with fumic nitric acid, followed by evaporation of dryness and addition of methanolic KOH. Okay, specifically methanolic KOH is only used for this test to give it positive. Violet coloration will appear due to presence of propane alkaloid. Okay, और silver nitrate में क्या होता है? Silver nitrate solution to solution of hyoscine hydrobromide, yellowish white precipitate is formed, which is insoluble in nitric acid but soluble in dilute ammonia. Okay, how they are used? It is used in manufacture of hyoscine and scopolamine. It is going to exhibit parasympatholytic with anticholinergic and CNS depressant effects. It is used in cerebral excitement, asthma, and in cough. Abhi Datura was the one which was used, okay, to smear the breast of Rajput mothers to poison their newborn female infants. Okay, so again, it's not a good thing, but तभी दतुरा ही यूज होता था एंड दतुरा फेमस ही इसलिए है. बहुत सारे I don't know how many of you actually watch serials or something. उसमें दिखाते हैं, okay, if it's a like mythological story. So datura ऐसे ही यूज होता था early to kill their female child, okay, by the Rajput mothers. Okay, so it's very poisonous basically. So then you can ask me, no, ma'am, then how we are using it as an therapeutic effect? See, when you are using it in certain doses and when you are isolating the desired constituent out of it, that will not be poisonous. Of course, we do first the toxicity testing of any drug before we are getting it consumed by humans. Lot of trials are done on it. Okay. Hyoscine hydrobromide is used in motion sickness, gastric or duodenal ulcers. Now, adulterants to this are Datura arborea, Datura quercifolia, Datura inoxia, and Datura ferox. Next we see is nothing but Duboisia. Okay, dried leaves of Duboisia myoporites belonging to family Solanaceae. Okay, now chief constituent of Duboisia, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Corkwood. What do you say? Corkwood. Okay, again it is scopolamine and atropine. Okay, scopolamine मतलब hyoscine ना, याद रखो, hyoscine scopolamine, scopin atropine नाम है एक दूसरे के. और हायोसाइमिन और अट्रोपिन में भी क्या डिफरेंस है? एक रेसिमिक मिक्सचर है और एक लीवोफॉर्म है. एकदम इजी है, दो ही कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट के पूरे अराउंड ट्रोपेन अल्कलॉइड्स रिवॉल्व होता है. Okay, it also contains beltropine. Atropine occurs as colorless crystals with a bitter taste and no odor. It is a racemic mixture of hyoscyamin. Chemical test. Addition of gold chloride solution to atropine in water and HCl will give lemon yellow precipitate and it will give positive metallomorin test. Atropine is parasympatholytic drug. It causes stimulant action on central, medullary and high nerve centers. Also, it is used in antidote in pilocarpine, physostigma and other choline esters. it relieves bronchial spasms in case of asthma. Okay, because it is parasympatholytic, it is going to relieve bronchial spasms in asthma. Then we study the next drug, which is nothing but hyoscyamus, okay, which is also known as Jupiter's bean or hawk's bean. Dried leaves or leaves and flowering tops of Hyoscyamus niger belonging to family Solanaceae. Now, this particular was nothing but reported by Dioscorides, who used it to procure sleep and allay pains. मतलब क्या? बोलो. What is the word for procure sleep and allay pains? मतलब as sedative and as analgesic. Okay, as sedative and analgesic. If you see, look at the microscopy, क्या different है वो देखेंगे हम. यहाँ पे क्या है? Glandular trichome, covering trichome. There is no pericyclic. There are a lot of idioblast. Okay, and again, flowers are look very good color, purple color kind of hair. Okay, uh, again, it's like somewhat like a funnel shape. Palisade are present only in single layer, so again, dorsiventral kind of a leaf. Okay, and midrib will contain many bicollateral vascular bundles arranged in an arc like this. Okay, vascular bundles. Okay. Major constituent here is hyoscyamin. Atropine and hyoscine are present in fewer amounts. It is used to relieve spasms of urinary tract as a sedative and used to check salivary secretion, antispasmodic and anti-asthmatic. Last drug that we see for today's lecture is nothing but stramonium, which is also known as thorn apple leaf, which consists of dried leaves and flowering tops of the Datura stramonium. Yaad rakhna, belladonna, Datura metal and Datura stramonium. All these are different. Okay, but the family again here is Solanaceae. Now, if I have to differentiate the point about microscopy, so here the stomata is of anisocytic and anamocytic type. Epidermal cells are wavy. Okay, that is again there in case of another leaf also that we studied earlier. So one thing here is differentiating is anisocytic and anamocytic type of stomata. Then it is used in treatment of asthma. Okay, adulterants for this are pale green color leaves, okay, that of Xanthium strumarium and Solanum nigrum, which resembles Stramonium leaves, but it contains no calcium oxalate crystals. Okay, so here we come to end of propane alkaloids as well. Okay, any questions? Any questions with respect to tropane or purine alkaloids? Do you have any questions? Next time, next Wednesday, we are going to cover up other class of alkaloids that we are remaining with. That is indole alkaloids, amino alkaloids, pyridine alkaloids. All these amino, pyridine, imidazole, they have only one drug. Okay, so major what we are going to complete is indole alkaloids, which is the major chunk. Okay, and also we will be discussing good amount of MCQs. So I want you guys to stay tuned for the next lecture as well. Yeah. Any doubts? I think there are no doubts. I will just check if I get any message. Just checking if I have any message as well. Yeah. Okay, so I don't find out any comments as such. So we can end the lecture in that case. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, everyone. For the next lecture, let us meet next Wednesday at sharp 8. Okay. Thank you. And sorry for the inconvenience earlier. 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.